This report is brought to you by Life Change Tea, the gentle but effective way to clean your digestive system of toxins. Beth and I drink this mixture of 8 medicinal herbs every day. Life Change Tea for life. www.getthetea.com. Good evening. I'm still reporting on Seth Rich. I got this in a couple of hours ago from an anonymous source. That being said, it purports to be from a girlfriend of Seth named Claudia Cash. This is not the same girlfriend that was pictured with the Rich family when they visited the scene of the crime in August of 2016, a month after Seth's death. Pictured left to right is D.C. Police Chief Kathy Lanier, Seth Rich's girlfriend, Kelsey, Mary Rich, Aaron Rich, and father Joel Rich. So what? Seth could easily have had 2 girlfriends. So let's see what Claudia Cash had to say. This letter is dated July 21st, about 2 weeks after his death, at 4:03 p.m. From Claudia Cash. I know why Seth Rich had to die. There were 2 sets of polling places this primary season. One set for most of the voters who went on state websites to find their polling locations, a second set for Hillary Clinton supporters who looked on Hillary Clinton's website to find their polling location. The Secretary of State for each state had one set of locations on the record, and the other set of locations, the ones listed on Hillary's website, were not on the state record. I know this because I looked on her website to find where a friend should vote, then double-checked the state website, which shows a different address. I thought there must be a mistake. I kept checking right up to Election Day. But until they killed Seth Rich, I couldn't figure out why there were 2 different polling places. This is how I think the scam worked. While most voters looked up their location on their state website, voters who were signed up as Hillary Clinton supporters would be directed to her site to find their polling place. It was set up the same as any other DNC polling place, with DNC volunteers, regular voting machines, etc., and a duplicate voter roster at the other polling place. Voters would be checked off on the roster, same as at the other polling place, period. And after the polls close, the DNC supervisor would pick up the roster and the ballots. The supervisor would then pick up the roster at the legitimate polling place and the ballots there. He or she would then replace a number of Bernie Sanders ballots with an equal number of ballots from the Hillary Clinton voting location. Then the duplicate roster from the HRC location would be shredded and thrown away, along with all the Bernie Sanders ballots that had been replaced. That way, the number of people who voted on the remaining roster still matches the number of ballots. This is why so many states reported a lower than expected voter turnout. Seth Rich, who is responsible for the app that helped voters find their polling places, did not realize that there were 2 sets of polling places until he himself went to vote. He lived in Washington, D.C., which voted at the end of the primary season, a week after Clinton had already been declared the winner. I believe he discovered it then and had started asking questions about why the polling places on Hillary's website didn't match the ones in the D.C. website. Even if you didn't say a word to anybody, it would have been dangerous to let him live. He would have figured it out sooner or later, and he would have reported it when he did. With the exception of the name of the girlfriend, there is nothing here that contradicts other information that I am aware of. You have to remember that this was during the Democratic primary process. Setting up duplicate polling stations by itself probably wasn't even illegal. Why? Because the Democratic National Committee, just like the Republican National Committee, are both private corporations. They can run their primaries any way they want. However, doing so with the intention of destroying someone else's vote must be illegal. Seth was known to be a Bernie Sanders supporter, so he would have been outraged to find out how Hillary Clinton had rigged the vote for herself. I have also heard in recent days that shortly before he was killed, he marched into then DNC chairwoman Donna Brazil's office and they argued about something. That something could have been this vote rigging on the part of Clinton. Had this story gotten out, certainly it would have destroyed the Clinton campaign. If this letter proves to be genuine, it certainly provides a substantial motive other than the WikiLeaks DNC email scandal. I'm still reporting from Washington. Good day.